Welcome to step 1 of our 4-step fundraising process. Identifying and building your list of ideal funders. This step is going to be divided into 2 sections. This section will be focused on identifying and building your first list of ideal funders. And then the second section will focus on building a more detailed list of ideal funders. Now, before we dive in, let's set the stage. Fundraising isn't about begging for money. It's about forming genuine partnerships with people and organizations who share your vision or stand to gain from your work. The key to success is targeting the right funders from the very start. Random outreach actually wastes time and energy. So instead of going to focus on just anybody, we're going to focus on ideal funders, those who have the natural connection to your mission, making them more likely to say yes. In this step, we'll explore the 8 categories of ideal funders. Why 8? Because these cover the full spectrum of potential supporters, from those closest to you to broader ecosystem players. The first category is your personal network, which we'll map out using a simple form I've created. The remaining 7 are strategic categories: the benefits category, the triumph over the need category, the status category, the interest category, the mission alignment category, the influence multiplier category, and the last category, which I call the capacity category. These categories are based on proven fundraising principles, drawing from years of my experience helping nonprofits like yours raise millions. So for each category, I'll explain what it means, why it's powerful, and how to brainstorm your own ideas. Then I'll introduce you so that you can start using AI to supercharge this process by generating detailed profiles, organizing them into fundraising types, and even compiling real and verifiable lists of prospects. But first, you do some personal reflection to help you make your own decision. And by the end of this video, you will have the tools to build a targeted list of 30 to 50 prospects, setting you up for the rest of the process. So let's start with the basics. What makes someone an ideal funder? Ideal funders aren't about wealth. They are people who have the affinity, they have the propensity, and they have the capacity to support your cause. And when we say affinity, they have alignment with your cause. When we say propensity, they have a history of likelihood to give to your cause. And when we talk about capacity, they have the resources to give to your cause. They could be individuals, businesses, foundations, grantors, government agencies, or even other nonprofits. What we will do is we'll profile them across these different traits to ensure your list is a high quality one. So the first category, personal network of the founder and board members. This is your low-hanging fruit, the people already within your orbit. As I would always say, you can only withdraw from a relationship you've already invested into. So your personal network could include your friends, your families, colleagues, alumni, past donors, volunteers, and connections from your board members. Why do we start here? These are folks that already know and trust you. So conversion rates are usually high, and we often see a 20 to 30% higher than cold outreach. So to brainstorm, you grab the relationship mapping form which I've provided under this section and start listing out your family and friends based on the questions within the relationship mapping form. Spend 10 to 15 minutes jotting down names, emails, and why they might care about your mission. So for example, if your organization focuses on addiction recovery, note that uncle who overcame alcoholism, or that colleague who has a company or is involved with a wellness program. Once you've brainstormed, use AI to expand. You'll find the prompts within the section below. Impute your mission, impute your location, your list of programs, and then submit that. You're going to get lots of ideas far beyond what you can actually think about. And then of course you can also run the prompts to get verifiable and real names that you can start reaching out to immediately. The second category, the benefits category. These are funders who directly or indirectly benefit from your work. Think of them as ecosystem of partners. Your success makes their lives easier or more profitable. So for instance, if your nonprofit provides job training for recovering individuals, local businesses may benefit from a skilled workforce, or a therapist, right, gain from the healthier community you're building. Another key category, say for example, your organization empowers homeless people. Some of the benefactors are the real estate agents and the real estate companies and the home decor stores and the furniture stores that these homeless people go to get homes, to get home decorations once they leave the street. So why this category? Beneficiaries have skin in the game. They are motivated by tangible gains, right? Like cost savings, revenue boosts, or reputational enhancements. So your job is to find these people who benefit from the very work that you do, because these are the best kind of partners you can find. They already have an established reason. They have something to benefit. So what do? Brainstorm personally. Reflect on your programs. Who wins when you succeed? List these direct beneficiaries. First, your direct beneficiaries, of course, could be those who you impact. And in many occasions, those who you impact may not be able to fund you because they may not have the resources to fund you. Say, for example, you're empowering homeless people, they may not be able to fund you. But for example, an organization I worked with that empowers non-profit founders, these are people who have the capacity to give, and they were able to create a system whereby they could fund the organization through registration fees, training fees, materials were provided them. So first, you need to be able to identify who are your direct beneficiaries. Are they able to fund you? If they are not, of course, they are not your funding audience. They are then only your impact audience. Then let's look at the next level, which are the indirect beneficiaries. Like I said, the real estate agents that benefits because you empower homeless people, these are indirect beneficiaries. You should be able to list them. And of course, the broader ecosystem, the government agencies that actually, have to do less work because of the good work you do, right? The grantors, the foundations that are within your ecosystem of, impact that benefits based on the work you do. You can tailor the search to your location so that you can focus on local and regional entities. And then the next step is for you to then use the AI prompts we provide. You can use the AI prompts to generate a detailed profile of, individuals, businesses, and grantors so that you can think beyond your scope. Because sometimes we may be able to think about a few examples, but when you run this with AI, you see that there are more people within these categories, more businesses, and more grantors that you can begin to reach to raise money. So the second prompt, of course, once you run the first prompt, is going to help you identify the different profiles. The second prompt is going to help you, categorize these profiles into individual donors, major gift donors, corporate sponsors, so that you know how to approach each of these categories of funders. And of course, the third AI prompt you'll find will help you, search the internet to pull up real names, verifiable names with links, right, to people that actually align with these different profiles and categories of funders that you've identified, so that you can start building your list immediately. So for each category, you did find that you could pull up 5 to 10 different names. And by the time you pull up for the 7-8 categories, you did find that you end up pulling up 10 specific names, right? 80 specific names, cost 10 for each. that you can, build your first list from and start reaching out to. The third category of funders are the people who have triumphed over the need you're trying to meet. So these funders have gone through the same, challenges you're working on, and they've been able to overcome. They've been able to, become better people with resources. And these are a powerful group of people because they understand what it means to go through that situation. So if you're able to tell a very specific story, if you're able to tell a transformational story, it is easy to attract these people to yourself and get them to fund you. So of course, think through your own success story, think through your network. Who do you know that has, overcome this situation you're working on? Because these are good people you can begin to build partnership with. While those within your network may not be able to give to you, some may not be able to give to you, they can be able to also expose you to more people who has also gone through that same situation you're working on, thereby giving you a larger, group of prospective funders you can begin to reach out to. And not just people, think again and see, the businesses some of these people have started. Which business do you know that started by somebody who overcame the situation they are trying to work on, right? Which organization is out there that started by somebody who overcame these situations? That's where you can begin to broaden your horizon and find businesses, organizations, grantors, foundations that are led or started by people who overcame, these challenges you're working on. So you can use the prompt for this category to actually build a profile of these kind of people, and also run a search so that you can start pulling up names that are out there within the public space, and then you can start building your list of people who have triumphed over the situation. The fourth category are the status driven, category. These are people who would want to be recognized with your mission. These are people who would want to be recognized with the work you do. Um, our politicians, our media personalities, our celebrities, our athletes, a lot of them fall within this category because they usually want to, be seen as people creating impact and, driving good work within the community. So begin to think who within the community would want to be, seen that's aligned with your mission. Which local politician, which local leader who's trying to move up the ladder that would like to align with your mission, to give them that status, right? That they are they are a part of impact, and that way you can be able to build a partnership relationship where they either fund you, connect you to their network, while they are able to show out there that they are a part of the mission and the good work that you do. The fifth category is the interest category. These are people who are interested in bringing a solution to your mission. These are people who, if they have the means, if they have the opportunity, they would like to do something about the need that you meet. Their active interest is actually a quick buy-in because they are already aligned and they would want to do something about it. So, for example, if you're empowering children, you did find that teachers and schools are usually in line of, trying to bring a solution to whatever you're helping children overcome. So also it is with the health, industry. You did find that health professionals are also very much interested in trying to bring a solution to whatever health situation you're trying to help people overcome. So you should be able to, think carefully who within your network, which class of people would like to, would be interested in bringing a solution to this mission that you're working on. And of course, you can also use the AI prompt to provide to run a more detailed search so that you can find, more people within this scope. The sixth category are the mission alignment category. These are people who have similar missions to yours, organizations, entities that have similar missions to yours, or they are already aligned with your mission. So if you run an organization that empowers, let's say, for example, you give nutrients to kids to help them grow healthy, you did find that lots of these beverage brands already have a mission statement that says, we're trying to nourish kids, to empower them, So the goal is to be able to find those that have aligned mission to yours or similar mission to yours. And lots of businesses usually fall within this category. Also, business people also fall within this category. So you brainstorm, review your mission statement, ask yourself who else pursues this similar outcome. Which other brand is out there trying to do something within this space? Your goal is to find these mission aligned people and entities and begin to bring them in. Also, you use the AI to also run a search because it's going to help you pinpoint and bring out those areas you didn't think about and help you build a profile around that. And then you can start finding very specific examples from within your community and outside your community. Lastly is the impact, the influence multipliers. So these are people who have the network, they have the ears of the people, they have access to a large number of people that can be able to spread your work, spread your mission, and help you bring in more funding. Your job also is to find these people and then bring them in as partners so that they can help you create exponential growth. So for example, having access to social media personalities, a media personality, people within the media space, local leaders, right? These people can be able to partner with you and also expand your message to as many people out there as possible. So use AI. You can brainstorm, of course, across your community, across your state. Who are those that have that personality, that already have the audience that you're looking to reach out to? And then, itemize these people. Also use AI to run the research, provide AI your location, your mission, your programs. It's going to help you itemize the kind of people that would, be perfect fits for multiplying your impact, and also give you very specific names you can begin to reach out to. And then the last category is the capacity category. I actually included this into the relationship mapping form so that you and your board members can think of people who have the capacity within your community, high network people, right, that can be able to fund your mission. But again, you can also think through this on a personal level and use AI to run a more detailed search so that you can find people who have the capacity to give to a mission like yours, people who have the capacity to, influence a mission like yours to get more people to give to your mission. So use the AI prompts to run a more detailed search. Now, let's put this all together. Your goal at this very stage is to build a list of at least 30 to 50 prospects, starting with your own personal brainstorming and then using AI to run a more detailed brainstorming session. With that, you can be able to identify, create first a detailed profile of the different categories of funders, and then organizing them into different types of funders: individual donors, major gift donors, grantors, corporate sponsors. And then lastly, you can create a real verifiable name of people, right, that you can start reaching out to. And if you do this, you could create a list of at least 50 to 100 people and entities that you can start reaching out to immediately. So the truth is, at the end of the day, it's really quantity over quality, quality over quantity, because you want to be able to find those people who are alike. And by doing this, you will find people who are really, the quality people who have the capacity, the propensity, and the affinity to give to your mission. So by completing this, you're not just, listing names, you're building relationships that will fuel your mission. So in the next step, I'm going to talk about a more detailed approach to build a list of these funders, because this is just your first list that you're going to be running with. But when we're talking about your real fundraising outreach that's going to really help you scale at the larger level, you're going to lead a list of thousands of people. So the next step, I'm going to provide you strategies to be able to build that list of thousands of people that you can start reaching out to. For now, stop here, pause, reflect, take your notes, start brainstorming with each of these sections we provided you, and then of course use AI to expand your search. First of all, build that first list so that you can have that asset you can start using to raise money. Let's make your nonprofit unstoppable. I'll see you in the next part of this step.